17th regular meeting to order. Skip the pledge and the roll call. Are there any comments visitors would like to make this evening?
Just talk over here.
Yeah, you can come up, stay there, whatever you're comfortable with.
No, listen, we got a citation for having chickens, so we just wanted to talk about potentially trying to put something on the books to allow in town. I'll make this real short and sweet. I just wanted to talk about why I actually care enough to be here and what I'm asking of you guys. So, about 3 years ago, our youngest son, he missed his last end of year Westland tournament because he got Lyme's disease. So that kicked my wife off on research on how to control ticks. Led to that. It's my daughter Evelyn. We also kind of looked at that and found out that there was good for anxiety. She was dealing with some issues before school in the morning that was pretty much wiped away once she started taking care of them. That's kind of a regular thing with mornings. Obviously, free eggs are good for us. We have no food waste other than apple cores and chocolate coming out of my house. And it's sort of like bringing her today. It's an experience for the kids. You know, we've had to deal with some of them dying and things like that. And I think it's been good for them. So, what I'm asking of you guys is, obviously, I'd like to get a list of concerns that you all have so that I can try to address those. And otherwise, just asking for a little bit of time to do some research, talk to neighboring towns that have things in effect to see what they're doing, control and regulated. Get some signatures from one of the locals so you guys know this isn't just me. And actually try to draft up a proposed new code for you guys to edit and review. I don't know how many weeks you want to give me. It's not something I've done before, but if you'll allow me to do that, that's all I'm asking.
No, appreciate that. Anything else like that?
If you have other questions, I'll try to answer them, but I think that's for the second part of this, if I get what I'm asking today.
Yeah. Well, we just looked at the ordinance just this evening, just kind of before we got here. We're going to review it with Mark, see what there is, what we can do, and we'll talk about, what our thoughts are with it, and we'll leave it with Mark. Mark will follow up with him, and then, you can relay whatever we're going to do. I'll say this, Mark's super easy to work with. Whatever the decision is, it's not going to be, you need to do this in tomorrow, so we'll be easy to work with in that framework. But Mark will follow up with you, we'll talk to Mark, get and say, hey, here's what our plan is, here's our plan of action, you can do this, this, and this, and lay it out for you.
Yeah, I'm asking to do all the labor for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally will appreciate you coming up with something, or it's coming from the community, compare that to not just us doing it. We're definitely not experts on chickens.
Nor am I, but I'd say that's one of the biggest things I try to
the
teach.
more input we get, will help it all work.
Well, and that's what I say, I think it's important to bring at least an offering to make a solution, not just bring a problem to you guys. So.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other visitor comments?
I do have one quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
Should we stick around for this whole meeting?
No, you guys can take off.
Okay.
Feel free, please.
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you. Okay, minutes to be approved, the May 13th and 20th, get a motion to approve.
I'll move.
I'm going to abstain from the agenda meeting. I was not at that one, but I will second for the regular meeting.
Okay, all in favor of approving those minutes?
Aye.
We're on the chain, okay. Minutes to be acknowledged, the March 10th Planning Commission meeting, reports, let me just go through these quickly, if anybody has anything that they'd like to add, please do. Financial, police chief, road department, wage tax, real estate, zoning, code enforcement, anything, fire report, recreation, Lauren, if you'd like to add anything.
Yeah, I just emailed you guys today. Sorry, I was on vacation last week, so I missed sending you my report. We started camps. Everything's going off in full swing. We actually have feedback camp here this week, which is a blast for all of us in the office to hear. But all the other camps are going really well. So we're having a good session with that. And all of our lacrosse tournaments went really well also. We had only a few incidents. We got a lot of money, and everybody seemed really happy, and they just want to continue to grow the tournaments. Still have to figure that out a little bit.
Grow it.
I don't know how, but they want to go.
Since we've added the additional lot down there, are we having any issues with parking, chief?
No, it significantly helps.
Okay. Okay, good.
One question I did
Sure.
have for you with the people that are holding the tournaments. Obviously on Saturday it's a longer day. I'm assuming that there's less teams that make it to the following day. The cars parked seem to be a lot on Saturday, but not nearly as many on Sunday. Is the parking of that many cars an issue on a Saturday that we need to talk to the event people at all, trying to put a few more games to a Sunday so we're not all through the yards if it's a rainy day?
Yeah, it depends. So the Saturday tournament, the girls' tournaments, the Saturday and Sunday are two completely different tournaments. So you can't adjust.
I thought they were the same. For
The Saturday tournament is hoping to like take over the Sunday tournament for the girls. So then that would all just be one league, and then it would just make our lives a lot easier. As far as the boys go, we don't charge. We only charge once for the weekend. So we're still parking 1,800 cars on Sunday, but we don't charge for 1,800 cars on Sunday. So we only charge for once throughout the whole weekend in and out. So I don't know. It's Saturday and Sunday for the boys tournament. They go 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. both days. So.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Manager's report, Chippewa Trails, number 28.
Yeah, just this is one of the last ones in this, in the original plan. This is just, them building a duplex and dividing it down the middle. Like I said, it's the 28th one. No comments, so I recommend, approval, for this, lot 28, amendment number 28.
Okay, motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Update on the street department hiring process.
Yeah, I mentioned the last meeting that, we narrowed it down to 3, interviewed 3 people. They're all 3 great candidates. We're hoping to have a decision, or I shouldn't say decision, but a recommendation for the board to be able to hire at our next meeting during the day, because of the following July meeting in the evening is going to be canceled due to the parade. So we'll hope to have something to you. I forwarded the 3 people, individuals that we interviewed. I sent you guys I believe I sent you guys their resumes and applications. So just to give you an idea who we're looking at. Like I said, all 3 of them interviewed very well, making it hard on us to try to decide. Once we do that, we would probably just ask, for permission to hire, and we would have an agreement in place with them, signed. We have our whole package, and we have them sign off that they received it, and it's almost like an offer to them, and they would sign on to that with like contingency of passing a drug alcohol exam, physical fitness, and test, and the and CDL and stuff like that. So, okay.
Sounds good. Another power outage, June 27th.
Yeah, I kind of added the flyer here that we sent out again. It's pretty much the same one, just changed the date and everything.
Did you get much feedback on the last one?
Not really, no.
I didn't hear much.
No.
You guys hear?
The only thing I heard is people were appreciative that they had generators for the lights.
And just so you know, we're trying to figure out traffic light down on 376. When we had this last storm that came through, that's one of the only lights that we have that we cannot power up with a generator. So with me thinking about that, I thought, well, what did they do when they had the outage? And it was kind of hard for me to understand what the guy was saying. He pretty much rigged it up with like alligator clips and stuff. So I was going to ask Chief, or I talked to the fire chief today about maybe going down to see how they rig it up for now. Just in case in the meantime, we'll know how to do it, and then maybe have someone like Tech Electric look at it, or somebody else and say, because that caused a lot of problems for us down there.
And is it because it's like outdated that it doesn't have?
No, it's one of the newer ones.
Because there was that one where the accident was?
Correct.
And they got that new box put in.
Yeah, so it was, and I just, they said, like when I talked to, the new I talked to I went through First Energy, and they sent me through to that Thompson Electric who's doing all the work out here, and they have a crew that set all that up, and I just said, hey, do you have a connector? Because a lot of them are just a connector from our generators to the poles, and some of them are like a twist lock, some of them are a direct plug-in, and then I said, what do we need here? And he just started laughing. He's like, well, let me tell you, I was trying to find that magic cord. I said, we'll buy them, or what do we need to do? And I wanted to borrow it the day of the storm, the following day when the traffic was a mess. And so I'm trying to figure this out. But the other ones, we have all the way through there, we have capability of generators in the future. So if anything, this has kind of taught us to be a little more prepared, and I realize now that we're not capable of running that light. So hopefully it'll be good to come out of this on our end, be a little more prepared for future storms or accidents.
Sounds good. Dennis's term expiring for the Property Maintenance Code Board of Appeals.
Yeah, we have one representative from the community be a part of it through the COG basically, and Dennis Russo was part of the, I believe the laborers union, carpenter union, for years, carpenter union. Yeah, he's a good guy for us to have as far as a representative in the township. This is when, if somebody doesn't agree with the building code determination from MDIA, they have an opportunity to go and appeal that to this board. And all the municipalities have an opportunity to have a representative, so this was our solution. Just so you know what that code is, it's not like our code of ordinances, it's actually the building code.
Yeah, so we need a motion to
Yes.
another term.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Dennis, if you ever had one?
I know they've had issues in other communities. We have not, like Dennis has not had to represent Chippewa.
Yeah.
It's usually gets worked out, but I will say I did have, originally before this board was set up, I did have I had someone who argued the stone that we were requiring. It was mainly because of the sanitary authority. It was written into, when a code first came out, every municipality, you had an opportunity to submit to labor and industry anything above and beyond that you wanted to that code. They submitted it back then, but labor and industry said it was never actually approved, or they said they never got it.
Yeah.
So, and I'll just be honest with you, like, I didn't have a problem with what the guy wanted to do anyway. They wanted 2A limestone or certain limestone around the pipe in the plumbing under the floor, and they wanted to use what standard code of like pea gravel, here and there. But yeah, so I did partake in one of those, and I think after they realized that they were having these, labor and industry was the ones that had to go to all these appeals. And the state said, this is not happening anymore, go find a board.
Yeah.
And then go from there, so.
All right, sounds good. So the next month, we will not have a regular evening meeting. We will just combine the agenda meeting with the.
Yeah, unless there would be something that would come up that
Yeah.
was, that we had to have a meeting, we just have to move the night.
Yeah.
And we would have to just advertise that.
All right, sounds good. Payment of bills, can we get a motion to pay the bills?
Motion to bills?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, solicitor's business, anything Ms. Steele?
Yes, I talked to Mark tonight because we're not gonna have the July meeting. We had discussed at the last meeting the approval of the county's ESU and drug task force agreement. You're still in agreement with the language. So, because it's not on the agenda, I asked Mark, we have to move to amend the agenda to include approval of that first, and then you can do the motion to accept the agreements.
Okay, can someone move to?
Amend the agenda.
I will move to amend the agenda for the agreement.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. And then a motion to approve the agreements with the county.
Make the motion to approve the agreement with the county.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisors, thank you, Jim. Brian? All right, with that, we will be here for the evening meeting and the regular agenda meeting, and that'll be it for July. So, thank you.